What's going on, guys? Shevon here, back with a new video. Now, I don't want to sound like MKBHD, but I've been using the LG G8X ThinQ for the past 13 days right now, and while I can't give my full review on the device as yet because I've only been using it for such a little time, I could report to you guys that I think LG is moving in the right direction with their take on dual screen phones instead of like having a solid foldable phone. The cool thing about the LG Dual Screen G8X ThinQ is obviously not the name, because I literally almost bit my tongue while saying that, but it's the fact that LG gave us the luxury of bringing around this device, and also we still have our secondary screen which we could pop into our device. And to be honest, I use this dual screen mostly while not being mobile. For example, if I'm at home, or if I'm at work, or if I'm chilling at someone's house. So if you have a backpack, you could always bring this with you, and you could even always bring it with you outside. But if you want to be active, I don't think you should always have that dual screen on, because of you could have drops. And the thing about this is that you're literally walking around with 3 screens. You have the notification screen, you have your main screen, and you also have the dual screen. So you have to be careful while using this device. This is actually LG's second take on a dual screen smartphone. Earlier this year, LG showed off an add-on for the LG V50 ThinQ called the Dual Display. Now, in that instance, you'd clip the second screen onto the V50 using pogo pins instead of a USB-C connector, which is with the new ones. Now, LG realized that, and the users were also complaining that the pogo pins wasn't the best option, so they made this new iteration which has the USB inside and also a 360-degree hinge instead of the previous hinge, which didn't really close where you wanted it to. It had like separate positions where it would snap into, but this is like a full manual 360-degree dual screen hinge, and it's really good. Now, this video is mainly focused on the dual screen, and on the full review I'll talk more about the device and my experience. But before we jump into the future of the dual screens, let me just touch up on a few things that this new device portrays. So we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, which is really fast and snappy. We have a 6.4-inch Full HD OLED display on both screens. You already know LG has amazing screens. We have 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage with up to 2 TB external storage with an SD card. The cameras are great, and I'm so happy LG improved the focus of the front-facing camera, because we could now shoot 32 megapixels and also record 4K with the front-facing camera, which is definitely a huge step up. We also have a 12 megapixel rear camera and a 30 megapixel super wide camera. Of course, LG was not gonna back down from that ultra wide camera. 4000 mAh battery. It comes with Android 9 installed and weighs just 192 grams without the dual screen, of course, which is probably one of the lightest phones I've held this year, which is good, because if you have this dual screen on, you want to lower that weight, and I think LG did this very well. Some cool things LG managed to keep was the SD card slot, yes, the wireless charging, yes, a 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC for all the audio files, while still having that IP68 water and dust resistance. So that's really impressive that LG managed to keep all of these things that all these phone manufacturers are deciding that it's aged. They're removing, Samsung removed the headphone jacks, they removed the SD card slots. Apple has done that years ago, but LG is still sticking to the roots while still giving us everything that the competitors are offering. And even some competitors don't have wireless charging on their 2019 devices. I won't say any names. Now, I think it's time we snap on this dual screen display and talk about why I think LG is doing a good job and the use cases for this case. No pun intended. First thing first is how easy it is to snap in. So if you have your case, you have your phone, you just snap it onto the device, onto the second screen. You will get this pop-up that will enable you to turn on the secondary display. So you just want to hit that power button, hit turn on display, and there you go, your secondary display is on. and of course it's taking juice from the 4000 milliamp hour battery, so the battery life may vary depending on how you're using your device. But there's tons of features with this now dual screen phone that it's just you just have to spend time with it to see how convenient it will be. But let me explain. So the first thing I want to talk about is this notification display, which is basically an OLED little tiny screen that shows the time, the date, and your new notifications. So if you get a new notification pop up, it will show that app icon, you know that it's specific for that app. And I think it's just really useful that you don't have to always open up your screen just to see a notification when you have this dual screen feature. Right here you have all the notifications. It doesn't really get that bright outside, so that's the only downfall, but it's still very handy just to take a glance at the time, your notifications, and yeah, I think it's a really good feature. What I don't see is that you can't really wake it by tapping on it. I'm not sure if there's a feature to turn on. As I said before, my full review will be coming soon, but I think tapping on the screen to turn on that notification, it would be really good. But you could also just press the side button, which works as well. So if you just press the side button, it pops up, so it's still not really a big deal. My second favorite feature about the dual screen is the media consumption aspect, meaning that you could watch YouTube videos while browse and shop for other things. So me personally, I'm always like looking on PC builds, PC setups, and with my iPhone or any other single screen phone, I normally have to like go onto my computer to turn on that YouTube video and then have my phone shopping for parts, shopping for different products. But with this device, I could chill in my bed, I could have YouTube on the main display, and then I could have Amazon on the bottom display, looking at products while watching a video. So it's just really handy to multitask when it comes on to shopping and browsing the web while watching and consuming content. Another cool feature I found out with it is that if you're playing like story mode games, you could easily go onto Google on your secondary display, search up tips and tricks, or even if you're on a video call, you could be calling your girlfriend, your boyfriend, depending on who you are, and you literally could be browsing Twitter and they wouldn't know because you have two screens. You're showing them their attention, and you're also having your little side Twitter scrolling down, checking out the memes, checking out all the new products. So it's just really cool to have that dual screen, doing something at one time and also doing another. LG also implemented this gamepad feature where you could use custom gamepads for different games. The LG also made pre-built gamepads that you could use for different games, and this was demoed at the event where the guy showed me how to use the gamepad, how to remap buttons. So if you're playing certain car games, you could remap different buttons in order to work perfectly fine with the game. Having your game on one side and the controls on the bottom of the display gives a more immersive feeling while gaming. You don't have your fingers in the way, which is intrusive to block gameplay. So that's really cool. Another cool feature with the dual screen is that you have this tilt view feature. So if you're taking pictures, and you basically have a viewfinder. So if you're taking pictures at the dinner table, you could just literally lift up the device. Instead of standing up, you could use the secondary screen as the viewfinder and angle the camera towards your subject while staying still, if you know what I mean. So instead of, if you want to see shots under the bed or something like that, you could put your phone camera under the bed and then use the secondary display to see what you're looking at instead of going under the bed and looking. It's really cool for like if you have iMac as well, because you know the ports at the back, so you could literally put your camera around the back and then you have the secondary screen showing you what you're looking at without have to be bending, and that's a really good use case with the tilt view screen. So yes guys, the main focus on the secondary screen is all about multitasking, doing multiple things at once, looking at the spreadsheet, talking to friends, using Facebook Marketplace while using the Facebook Messenger. It's just really useful, and those are just certain things that come to mind. You're on Instagram, you're on Twitter at the same time, watching YouTube videos, you could even be on a call. I mean, stuff like that is just really useful. Now before I go, I'm just gonna show you guys what the camera looks like. It's really dark outside now, but we're still gonna go ahead and get some shots. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you how the camera looks like, and then the full review will be dropping in a couple weeks. As always guys, love, Peace and tweaks. Signing out. Going on future Shevon, so basically I'm recording the front facing camera right now, waiting for Uber to head to a special Intel event, so hopefully we could get there safely. So yeah, let's go. Super exciting day today at the Intel event from 8 a.m. to now 8 p.m. Super fun, and I'm recording with the front-facing camera on the LG G8X ThinQ. So hope you guys enjoyed the little video. Full review will be coming soon. All links to the product will be down below when it's available. So yeah, as always guys, love, peace, and tweaks. Signing out.